How's it going, guys? Shepard here, captain of Team Flare, also the goalie and the backline defender. I just talked about this upcoming match right now. I'm really excited for it. My team's got a really strong chance. Our passing's on point. Our defense is strong. We're just going to take this W. I feel it. You know it. We all know it. We got it.
Hello, my name is Grumpiest Broom. I am on Team Flare. I play more of a offensive position. I think we're gonna play our next game pretty confident. We're gonna try to play really tight defense and get those passes down really good, and play some really good ball passes.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to VR Master League. We are here tonight with an exciting matchup, no doubt, between Flair and Kangorillaz. Flair, obviously a team who is kind of unpredictable. We know when they're on, they are on. Kangorillaz, though, continuing their role. And I think SirDimwi here wants to tell you about it, so I'll let him take on over.
Yeah, man. Both of these teams are coming into this game so hot. I mean, yeah, you've
so
got
hot right now.
both of these teams are so hot right now. Yeah, number 6 Flair is coming in 12th with an MMR of 1230, a 404 record on the season, but with a big 2-0 win against Illuminati a week ago on Friday, in which that was a game in which Game Dash, the player, absolutely just went off. And yeah, that was an amazing performance from Flair in that game. And it does appear that Flair will be sticking with that roster of Game, Grumpiest Room, Chrome, Platypus, and Voodoo. Shepard taking a seat tonight. I don't know if that was
He's
incidental or if they're
right
actually is he in the chat? So
at least
yeah.
earlier, so yeah.
I presume they're going to be sticking with that roster for now because it's like in hockey. When you have a hot goalie, you don't take the hot goalie out of goal, even if it's your backup. You keep them in until something changes, and then you start looking to change things up. So that's what I presume they're doing coming into this game against the number 1 Kang with a big 2-1 win versus Joker yesterday, maintaining their undefeated record, currently now 7-0. And they did push up to that 12-9 that rounded MMR of 1290, which so when you're looking at the leaderboard and you're looking at the MMRs, it appears that Kang and Joker are tied at 1290, but of course that's from just the obfuscating the specifics of the MMR system. In fact, there are single digits at the end there that we don't get to see. So it is Kang officially in number 1 with that 1290 over Joker's 1290. And yeah, we do have the team starting already up here. Really excited to see what Flair is able to do against Kang, the undefeated Kang, who has I know they've since played Joker. Have they played Illuminati? I'm gonna check because I'm not sure off the top of my head.
I am pretty sure they have, in fact. They played.
Yeah, they played
In fact, they
week
played
2.
all 3 of the top 3 teams from preseason those first 2 weeks, basically, and which is why kind of Kang was impressive because it wasn't just anyone they were defeating; they were just handily, taking on these teams who did finish. As we get a rematch here, apparently.
Immediate rematch. Presuming maybe some rules got messed up or something, but yeah, no, they met in week 2. It was their first game of week 2. Where Kang took it 2-0 over Illuminati. So yeah, Kang just dominating the league during season 1. And of course, we have Flair coming in. Sorry, there's a lot of talk going on in the background here. Flair coming in, looking to take that away from Kang. So yeah, like I said, both teams coming in hot off of big wins in that major upset a week ago, Illuminati versus Flair. Flair taking that one. Not just taking it, but taking it 2-0, which is notable.
Yeah,
and like I said, that's probably why they're sticking with this roster.
How about that match yesterday, too? That was really fun. You and I got that one casted between Kang and Joker, and just to continues the streak of them not disappointing whatsoever whenever those teams play. But yeah, expecting something pretty awesome here tonight, hopefully. I mean, could be the one maybe that Kang gets upset in. Who knows? Because obviously we mentioned it. The Flair has been coming in hot, and they've shown they're capable of those upsets because when they are on their game, there are very few teams that really can do the same amount of damage they can. I mean, they can compete right there at the top and really contest those gold and master teams with anyone pretty much. And yeah.
And
also,
yeah, the link I just put in chat there, that is the video Lanzan put out today. That is the highlight reel from that Kang vs. Joker game. A phenomenal video there from Lanzan. Definitely getting into his groove with these videos here because that was absolutely phenomenal. It looks like we're going to be looking for a different game server here, actually.
I see. Yeah, there was some discussion from the players earlier before I muted. Not that I need to mute because I'm not actually camming, but yeah. On that note, yeah, we do have so much for subtlety here. Doing the camera work for us, so appreciate him. And yeah, SirDimwi next to me. He'll be taking over most of the play-by-play in this game. Just by the way, I'm kind of on halfway voice rest. It's one of those things, I couldn't quite stay away, but I can stay away enough to at least let him do the play-by-play. Certainly very capable on that. I've heard some of his casts before, so we'll see if Pally can be a color guy or if he's just limited to shouting things.
I'm sure we'll do fine in these swap positions here, of course.
Yeah.
Because
Honestly,
play-by-play has like you have the advantage of you're kind of just, well, I know for me, I'm just calling what I'm seeing, whereas color you kind of have to go a little bit deeper than that. But I mean, it's because you're not having to call everything you're seeing, you're able to watch what's going on from a different perspective, and it's easy to fall into, I think.
Yeah. Well, and I'd say, you know what, our balance is pretty decent. You're definitely the more analytical guy of the two of us, but it's a good balance. I enjoy the dynamic that we have.
Yeah, Supreme Buttons in chat saying Pally used all his voice yesterday. And actually, I think Pally used all his voice over the last month, as he did hit that 100 games in 27 days, beating his previous record. Yeah, so definitely Pally using his voice up quite a bit over the last few weeks.
That's the main thing. See, today I have to be, and probably for the next couple days, I'll just have to be at more of a normal speaking volume, not much of a excitable shot. Like I can't do what I did at the end of the Joker Kang game yesterday again. Let me just say that, okay? But
and Lanson in chat saying whatever issue was happening with Dimwi's volume is fixed now. Had a hell of a time balancing your volumes. Presumably he's talking about when he was making that video, and that's going to change because I mean we're using sometimes we use Discord, sometimes we use TeamSpeak, and then as well like it also depends on who's camming. Because I know, like, I can say when I cam, I don't know if my volumes are always that great. I know, like, because you can hear the other people, but you can't hear yourself, so you're not sure how that actually mixes together unless we do, like, a sound check before the game. But sometimes it's just not feasible to do that.
I try keeping you in the same general area sometimes. I just, on my audio mixer on OBS, but yeah, it'll vary from time to time. I try though.
No, I know.
Also,
I
does
have the
depend
same
too, because I
issue.
think like sometimes depending on what's happening in the gameplay, if we're in a lull or we're in the score screen, I know volumes get spoken differently at times. Like I've had that issue even just with myself that I've had to train myself a bit to fix, and I still do it anyway sometimes. But yeah, keeping that constant volume, even when I'm just talking, bit of a task. One of those little things you don't think about until you actually start casting.
And I did just get an invite here, so I'm popping my headset on to get set up, and then I'll be putting that one up for you guys.
Yeah, I actually got it too, so I could still just host for you if you want to stick around. Too late, he's gone. Well, hello chat, just me now. I'll try and at least get myself in, or in subtlety in just the same.
I'm back.
Again, apologies for that delay. Just switching up servers here between the two teams, so getting ready to get started shortly. And subtlety, it's up for you now if you want to click. He's clicked, ladies and gentlemen, so we are just about ready to go. And on that note, here, I'll let them know they can start again.
Yeah, definitely excited for this matchup here. I'm really, really curious to see what Flair's going to be able to do against Kang with this roster here. Yeah, I mean, they did so well against Illuminati, but a lot of that performance did come from Game popping off in a way that he was hitting long shot open goal threes. So if we're going to see a repeat performance here, Kang would be having to allowing, so to speak, obviously Illuminati, I wouldn't say Illuminati allowed Flair to take over that game, but different teams have different setups, different formations, and yeah, curious to see what we're going to see here in this game as we get started.
Yeah, well, I know usually this is where we switch up and I get ready to go, but no, this is all you, so take it away, Dimwi.
And we are off here. Let's see who wins the joust. It is going to go to Kang first. We got Shimbitsky moving in, looking over his pass option, and off the 5-head of I can't quite see who that. I believe that's Game over on the who did get the deflection, but then a stun on the goalie, and Leverage picks up that loose disc. He's able to put it in for the 2.
Easy does it on that one. Yeah, just snuck up on him and got it, and that's a very quick start for Kangorillaz. They've been again, they're passing. I would say over the last 4 games now, it's one of those things. Their first 2 weeks were really perfect. I know it's kind of only tangentially related here, but just I'm very curious to see how they open up because it's going to be a question of which version of Kangorillaz we get in these first few minutes that I want to see.
Yeah, so far, Kang doing pretty good. They did shut down that offensive attempt from Flair here, and so the disc is loose. It's going to go back in the hands of Flair. Chrome going to take that, trying to send out the tube, but an unfortunate bounce go right in the hand of Loveridge. And now Kang moving in, pass up to Strem. Strem gets stunned out by the goalie. That was Grumpiest Broom there coming out to stun Strem. So now Game with the disc going to be moving in on that near side wall, looking over his options. Does get the pass up to Voodoo there. Voodoo now going the cross pass to Chrome. The Chrome coming in hot. Voodoo not able to quite judge the toss there, leads him a little bit too far, and that one turns over. Seal was sending that one down on a clear and boost, and he is there to collect that one. That is Sealable Bag, picking up his own toss from the boost from his chain, putting that one in for another 2, and now Kang up by 2.
Another breakaway there for them where they're just the defense totally caught off balance. Thanks to Kangorillaz' own defense and getting themselves open goals now more or less twice in a row. Just, yeah, not prepared for that was Flair.
So now that pass over to Chrome in the left tube there is good. He passes it down, looking for Voodoo, but the chain coming back. Strem gets a hand on that, sends it back past to Mad. Mad's going to send it all the way out into the Flair zone through that left tube. It's now in the Flair bubble, so it will be erased. Grumpy is back to collect that one, but he's stunned out very quickly there by Sealable Bag. And that one goes right in the hands of Mad, who brings that one in for the 3 from 17 meters out.
And yet another breakaway play on an open goal off of some great defense from Kang. Some unlucky turnarounds for Flair. Some of it also just plain caused by the Kangorillaz' defensive skill and that stack they're running over there on the defense on that initial rollout. But yeah, 3 open in a row for Kang.
Yeah, and Kang forcing the turnovers, but then even when the disc is kind of bouncing away haphazardly, it still tends to find very quickly a Kang player, so they're definitely in the positions for those. Now Game on the ceiling. Game looking for that cut pass, but what a read there by Strem to cut that one off. The Chrome tries to handle that one. He gets stunned out. Game now picking that one up, looking for the pass behind the goal there to Voodoo, and then right into the hands of Grumpy, who gets saved there. I believe that was Mad in goal, and what a save there.
The Mad Lad, yeah, great grab from him. He's a very good goalie and doing exactly that just there. You see how hard Flair is having to work here. I mean, they're forced to bring all 4 of their players into the goal as they go for the 2. Nice pass off and finally getting it, but I mean, you see all the effort that went into just breaking through that strong Kang defense, which has been, again, one of those mostly constants over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, very well played there by Flair, coming out on the bubble. Good goal there from Grumpy to not keep their team in it. Now down by 5. There's Kang with the joust advantage. A pass up to Loveridge. Loveridge going down to Strem. Strem gets stunned out at mid, so Chrome's going to get that, pass it back to their goalie in the backfield there, Grumpy. Grumpy sending that one up to the right tube to Voodoo. Voodoo now with 3 Kang players around him gets that pass off cleanly to Chrome. Chrome sending that one to the ceiling. Game upside down, trying to take a shot on goal. And a good grab there from Mad. Another good save from Mad as that one gets sent out. Back to that, back out all the way into Flair zone. And a race down for it. Sorry, go ahead.
Into the Flair zone and into Strem's zone, trying to find Mad all alone for one more pass. Will roam, extra on the newsstand. It is Kangorillaz with a 9-2 lead, man.
That was some great passing there, back and forth between Mad and Strem, all behind that goal there, and even the one-shot opportunity bouncing off and going right back in the hands of Mad, who's able to finish that one off. And now Kang is up 9-2 halfway through this round 1. It is Flair with the joust advantage. Grumpy sending that one to the left side too to Chrome. Chrome sending it back to Grumpy. Grumpy going to send that one up and out, looking for really anybody. Voodoo almost there for it, but Chrome finally coming in on the backfield, gets a hand on it. Chrome going up to Game looking for a cross pass, but again, now it's Loveridge this time, reading that cut pass play and making the play on it, and now it's going to be fought for maybe a little bit of a scrum for this on the near side wall.
So again, that defense from Kang, that time on the offensive approach for Flair, they did opt to leave one in the midfield over at Bowtie, but didn't really pay off for them. Just another great defensive stop by Kang.
So it is back in the Flair zone, but Flair able to get a hand on this one. So Voodoo sending that one to the left side there to Game. Game sending this one deep in, maybe looking for maybe a shot or just a dump opportunity. But yeah, Crumb trying to get a hand on that one, but he gets sent out by Lovers. Lovers sending that one back to the that side trap area, but now Game able to get a hand on that. Game looking at Crumb. Crumb moving in on the goal. He takes the shot. Oh, and his own teammate gets a hand on it. I think that was by mistake, but then Voodoo passing it off to Crumb in front of the goal. Crumb bringing that one in for 2.
That's all good. See, Voodoo just wanted an assist on that one. No harm, no foul. They got the 2 nonetheless, so it's a 5-point game as a result of that. Chrome with his first 2 points on the game, and Voodoo with the amazing assist. And a rematch.
And a
amazing rematch. Well, luckily I read a couple of those stats first, I guess. Okay, well,
yeah,
fittingly 4:04 on the clock, because 4:04 match not found at the moment.
Oh, and it does look like there was a crash on Kang, so they probably knew the crash had happened before we did, and went ahead and hit that button quickly. But yeah, score, what was it, 9-4?
Yeah. It's a 5-point game.
Yes, a 9-4 in favor of Kang. Flair showing some good looks, but Kang's defense, their bubble defense has been on point in this round 1 so far. I mean, how many cut passes and amazing saves. I mean, all around Kang's bubble defense right now is incredible against this Flair offense. And Flair not doing a bad job. I mean, their passing game is on. They've created several opportunities in front of the Kang goal. But yeah, Kang's defense just doing such an incredible job of stopping them from making too many opportunities there. As we do have Kang is readied up. So we're just waiting on Flair to ready up, as we were originally waiting on Kang. It was Kang's restart here. So hopefully we'll get going any minute.
Yep, that's the ideal anyway. So already got the scores back on the board. Teams are readied up. Yeah, impressive work by
center here. This is oh no.
All right, less impressive work on the reset, so we're gonna have to get that organized for them. I'm quite sure someone's going to realize that any moment now, but with that said, another intermission bound to be happening here in a second. So bear with us over there in the chat, but just the same, thanks for joining. See a lot of people in there as the teams realize the mistakes that they've made, and someone calling themselves stupid in the open comms. Yeah, you are. Just kidding, I love you.
And we could all see on stream, Kang, once they got in the tube and saw the disc was not in front of their tube, immediately backing out there. And then we see another drop here on Kang. So maybe a fortunate turn of events that they did misplace the disc there, as Kang sees another crash here at this reset, unless they figure they would just take the...
He went into spectator.
Oh, did he go into spec?
Yeah.
That's always fun.
Yeah, I went and checked. There was an extra man in spec. He's good now, so just a little flubs on top of flubs as we try and mess with the match terminal there, or as they try to anyways. I'm just watching and making fun of them while they do it. But looking like we maybe have ourselves a proper reset, and off to the Kangorillaz joust advantage.
Yeah, so Kang going to be coming out in possession of this disc. Just 4 minutes, 4 seconds to go. This 5-point game is potentially just a 2-goal game. So Mav going to send that off to the left station block, and then cross station to Sealable. Sealable sending that one deep, looking for, I believe that's Strem, but not connecting on that pass. And then that chain coming back to send out Strem. Now it's going to be Grumpy for Flair, sending that one up. I'm not sure what he was looking to do there, but it almost goes in the hand of Kang, and ultimately does end up in the hand of Kang. Sealable now. Sealable sending that one up to Strem, right back to Sealable. Sealable going up to that right shoulder block for Leverage. Leverage coming in. 8-ball corner pocket right at the feet of the goalie there for a get 2, and now they're up by 7.
And wow, what a passing play that was from Kang. Initially had the disc knocked a bit loose, but then once they collected it, there were 3 or 4 passes strung in there that were very quick, very accurate. Slap pass, I think, from Stram to Sealable, and then down again. It was a very nice passing from Kang, and this was what I was mentioning in terms of, you know, if their execution would be on point, see if they can do it again. But no, it is lost off that post and back out again.
Yeah, big ding there from, I believe that was Sealable bag coming in. Had the pass option, and decided to shoot it, which is, I mean, that's not the bad call. It was just a fortunate for him, a bad shot. But now it's Flair in possession. We're in possession. It's going to be a bit of a scrum for this one. Race does go in the hands of Kang here as my UI bugs out. Sealable bag with the disc, sending cross pass there to Strem. Strem and Sealable moving in 2-on-1 on the goalie, and that pass up to Sealable. He's able to turn that one in. Just kind of do a bit of a twirl on the axis there to put it in for 2.
And fixing the mistake of the previous drive, you know, that first one, Sealable going in from below, couldn't quite make it from that angle, so you know what? They get the second chance eventually, and what do? They go right down the middle, execute a great pass, and just a quick shot, making sure that they have the easiest look at the goal, and they did.
They did, and then that feed from Game up to Voodoo. Voodoo up on the ceiling, upside down, brings that one on the goalie. Basically one-on-one. Defenders tried to get back there, but not in time. And now it's, again, a 7-point game.
So nice play, just the same from Flair. Good recognition on that pass. We talked about easy angles from Seal and Kangorillaz on that last go-around. Well, how about for Flair there? Just going up to the backboard, very close quarters of the goalie. If you do get those passes through, just means your shot is all the more likely to go in.
Yeah, and maybe too many passes there for Flair, trying to move through mid, trying to get through this Kang defense, but they are still in control. So Nomad resetting with it, going to send it through that right tube, look for a pass, doesn't connect on the man, and then into the hands of Grumpy. Grumpy sending it all the way back down into the Kang zone, and it will be a race. It's in the hands of Game. Game looking for Chrome, but Chrome was looking at the goalie there, so the pass doesn't make. And so now Leverage sending this one back out to his right tube, all the way down in the Flair zone, but again, right into the hands of Grumpy. Grumpy doing a good job right now of holding down that back line from his clears. And then another steal there from Grumpy. Grumpy now looking for a pass option. Does have his whole team spreading out, moving in. The pass up to Voodoo, but then a quick chain. Stun Voodoo out. And then another quick turnover there as Game up to Chrome. Chrome moving in and getting a great shot there on the stunned out goalie for 2. And now it's 5-point game.
5-point game, but the question really is there enough time? Barely. There is, but just barely. At that, maybe not even, because you need the 15 seconds, so I think it's going to be around 2. I take that back, because I'm discounting the fact that after the score goes through, you still have a few seconds of spawn time, so yeah, no mathematical time. That one not going in could have at least made the differential closer, but I think Flair, at the very least, don't feel too bad about this round. You know, obviously it was a bit hit or miss with the restarts and the starts and stops, and those always hurt, you know, any team's efforts. That one does go through for Seal, but yeah, that's the 16-8 finish here on round 1.
So yeah, round 1 is going to go comfortably into the hands of Kang here, 16-8. That's an 8-point differential. But Flair Flair playing really, really good against this Kang team. Kang's defense just doing, and that's why we question whether or not we would do live comms, the yelling from room to room there. But
yeah, I get to enjoy having the teams unmuted since I'm not camming. Again, so much for subtlety doing that today. So I get to leave everything on.
Yeah, that's the joy of hearing Strem and Sealable in these games. Sometimes you hear some funny stuff, and certainly some funny stuff right now. But yeah, good showing from both those teams. As we aren't able to look over the stats, but we know Matt had some amazing saves. Strem had a couple cut passes. Sealable had a couple cut passes. A lot of goals to go around. Yeah, just a really, really, really good defensive showing from Kang. Both teams doing I would say, otherwise about equal on offense as far as their control passing, moving through mid, that sort of thing. But once you get to the bubbles here, that's where the game is differing between these two teams. Kang having a really, really, really exceptionally strong bubble defense at the moment, whereas Kang able to pick apart Flair. Well, really, it hasn't been so much Flair's bubble defense, but Kang kind of getting behind Flair's backline and getting in odd man rushes on the ball.
And so right now for Flair, they're just going to go out here, obviously attempting to force that third round. I mean, the last few games for King, they've found themselves in those third round situations a few times, so we'll see what happens here, but they do come out with a joust first. And is it only me or is the scoreboard stuck in the middle of the arena?
It might just be you. I know it's a common graphics glitch. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, and I know it's not on stream.
All right, well,
so it does look to just be you. So I guess it's a good thing you're not camming this go around. Yeah, so it's going to be now Strembitsky going to slap that one down into the Flair zone. but it is Flair there first. Game now with the disc moving back to that bubble, sending it up to somebody, but Shrem there to pick that one off. Shrem sending it up to Leverage, but Leverage sent out immediately by Grumpy. Grumpy again doing a really good job of tightening up that back line, clear up the game. Oh, bouncing out from the inside of the post and back into the hands of Kang here. Got to turn it around now.
Hey, you mentioned Game catching a fire against Illuminati the other week and maybe not making that one, but still, he has quite the arm for his team here as Voodoo rolls on up, and you can see the passing again at play for Flair. You mentioned, if this is going to be on point, they can definitely take this round 2.
And so that pass up to Voodoo. Voodoo going to Grumpy on the shield, and Grumpy move it in. Excuse me, I got a cough.
I'll take it from you.
Sorry, that came out of nowhere, right at the most opportune moment.
Oh, good. As Grumpy as Broom, he'll clean up. Get the shot. Good passing again. So Flair will be the first 2 on the score sheet for their team.
Yeah, that's a big first blood here in this round, too, as Kang now back in possession. Good passing here from Kang. It's up to Sealable. Sealable going to this near side wall there to Shrem. Shrem now moving up, looking for his pass options. Goes for that back pass that was to Leverage. Leverage sending it right into the hands of Chrome. So Chrome, great read from Chrome to get in that pass lane. Chrome sending that one deep, and there will be a race. And that was a clearing boost, a very intentional clearing boost there as their chain was ready. But it is Kang getting back there first. So Sealable up to Mad. Mad sending it out through that tube. And we're going to see another race for this disc. We got a couple chains in the backfield, a couple leashes as well. And who was that? Game with a great steal from Kang in the blue bubble there. And then now another race for this. There's a lot of back and forth right now. Neither team getting a really good opportunity on either team's bubble. But then Kang moving in here, pass up to Sealable. Sealable getting stunned out and sent back down again. So yeah, a bunch of clear and boosting here at the moment.
And that's what we've been talking about. It's almost been the running theme of some of these streams the last few days, and these matches, these high-level matches especially, that you do get those ebbs and flows right there, trying to flow for a goal off the barrier.
And out into the hands of Chrome. Chrome takes the rebound off that barrier. Chrome going up to the ceiling to Game. Game going across pass to Voodoo. And Voodoo pulling the goalie out, who did read the pass, but not there in time. Voodoo putting that one in for 2. And now Flare up by 4 in round 2.
There you go. Game with a little bit of Kang. And you know what? No disrespect on that end, because honestly, Flare, that's what they impressed me with the most in the preseason, was that passing game. I know at the time, the player game wasn't even on Flair, but nonetheless, that's just the thing that they are so good at and impressive with more than anything to me when they're on.
That was a quick turnover by Flair from Kang, and Voodoo coming in on the shield, getting that cross pass to Chrome as Voodoo pulls out the goalie from the shield position, and Chrome puts that one into an empty goal, and now Flair's up by 6.
That's 2 in a row now for Flair, just pulling out the passes. They're going for the easy opportunities, getting the defense off balance, approaching them, just pressuring that goalkeeper, and then finding the better pass for a higher percentage look. Exactly what they wanted to do, and they're executing so far in the second round.
So Kang looking for that deep, clear pass, but then they are able to connect on it as a goalie came out of the goal to try to make a play on it. Can't, and so Seal was there first, able to put that one in for 2. And now Flair will be on the joust advantage for the first time in this round 2.
And back in the first round, at least towards the first several minutes, that was pretty much the only way Kang was scoring inside that goal for Flair. When Kang would get those off-balance defenses, those breakaway goals where there was no one at the goal or only one person around. So for Flair, you got to be aheady of that. Don't give Kangorillaz those easy looks, those breakaway ones, because that's how they punished you.
So now Kang again in the bubble, pass up the Sealable, bounce, dinging it off that post. And now it will be a scramble for it. Chrome getting a hand on it. He sends it out, but it's now into the hands of Mad. So Mad going to slow this one out, pull the defense out a little bit. Look for that pass across. Does make contact with Shrem to Sealable to Leverage off of the shield. Leverage coming in one-on-one with that goalie and puts it in for another 2. And now Kang coming back here, now only down by 2.
And there you go, twice in a row. The first shot missed there, but notice for Kangorillaz, they are, as much as possible, trying to approach from that front-facing angle, because they are a team who is lethal when it comes to those passes anywhere in front of bubble. I mean, they do go behind the backboard and they go for dunks sometimes, but all in all, if they can get those passes in front of barrier, they will execute it just about better than anyone.
Yeah, absolutely they will, and it's definitely something we see from Kang regularly. As another turnover there, Sealable sending that one out into the flare zone, but Grumpy there to grab it, but then Shrem getting it from Grumpy, but then Grumpy getting a good stun on Shrem, able to recollect that one, sending it up to Voodoo there. Voodoo now moving through, going to send that one deep to Chrome. Chrome now under pressure, looking for a pass. He does get that one off the Game. Game now looking for his own pass over to Voodoo. Voodoo now near side wall looking for Grumpy, but doesn't connect on that pass right in the hands of Kang. Kang sending that one back out to mid. It's in the tube and a handle by Grumpy. Grumpy going to send that one in. Game is in a fortunate position to get the bounce off of that block. So now Game and Voodoo trying to move in 2-on-1, but then opting for that back pass to reset here. Make another go on the bubble. Grumpy now moving in. Oh, what a steal there. A grab from Sealable, but right back in the hands of Grumpy. He gets a stun off. Grumpy up to Game. Game going to Chrome. Chrome moving in on the goalie there. Putting that one in for 2, and now they're up by 4.
Good look on that one. We're getting calls for apparently a restart again. I don't know who it was this time who called for it, but it was just mentioned, so be aware. You may have that. There it is.
Yep, and there it is as we once again lose all of our stats. So
I was going to say, up until that restart, because I was taking a quick look at it too, possession time, and we mentioned the back and forth, it was just about 50-50, only a few seconds separating the two teams. So with all that jousting and jostling back and forth, really no one maintaining firm control of the disc. It really is just split down the middle in terms of possession time.
And I absolutely believe it with the back and forth we've been seeing in this game. And yeah, it's not surprising that the possession times are about equal, particularly in this round 2. But Flair, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, and for Flair, just speaking of equality, was Voodoo, Chrome, and I believe Grumpy. All of them had 2 points apiece. So again, that teamwork I talked about from Flair, the passing game, they were getting all of each other involved. There wasn't anyone firmly just always being the first one to goal. It was all of them were distributing, getting assists, and that's why we saw kind of the even up score on the points screen for them too.
Sorry, go ahead. Yeah, I had nothing. Go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say. So trying to continue to stall until Dimwi's back now. I didn't have much of anything. I was just going to say, right now, Flair looking like they are in good position, but you got to wonder if these timeouts, for whatever issues it does happen to be, maybe they're, not buying Flair any, I don't know, good vibes here. It's one of those things where it's a tough situation, but hopefully no one gets iced or anything like that. I know that's always a discussion. Chat was mentioning it in the first round. I think
that is what? Go ahead.
I was going to ask, was it same player with the issue over on Kang's side? Was it Loveridge both times?
It appears to be, because I know it was Matsuo and Shrem that were remaining in the game for the last reset as well. So yeah, it does look like the same player having the same issue.
So
probably
classic
just rampant crashing.
Classic Loveridge to a degree, not to call him out for that or anything, but that's almost been a constant for 2 years now. It's Loveridge always with those headset cable issues. It would seem like got a feel for it. Definitely not saying that to be rude. I'm just saying, Kang was definitely our full-time scrim partners for a long time, and it was usually Loveridge the case. It was with him. He would get a lot of headset issues and scrims and things like that a lot. Always tough to deal with. So hopefully he gets that settled rather quickly here, so we can continue with what's otherwise been a very entertaining 2 rounds.
It's definitely tough to deal with him. Watching the players wait, looks like Flair's trying to maintain their momentum here, not lose that momentum that they were at a game in this round 2. Just kind of running through some formation drills to kind of keep their head in the game here. Is this kind of it's when you have this many resets, especially the timing of both resets have been really unfortunate for Flair, and so hopefully Flair is able to keep up that momentum. And yeah, we got a couple of players. The chat cannot hear these players, but they are yelling out "Hi mom, hi dad," saying hello to stream and all that. But yeah. So we're gonna be we do have the ready up there, so we are gonna be getting ready to go here in just about 15 seconds, 12 seconds.
Yeah. Boop in the chat pointing out a little while ago speaking from experience, these timeouts mess you up. You know what I mean. Technical issues eclipse. No. I know not of what you speak of, sir, as we go for this launch with a 4-point lead for Flair.
We'll be down to Leverage. Leverage sending that one out to Strem. Strem now moving in one-on-one with the goalie. Chain coming on him. Oh, and I did not see the man on the ceiling there, Sealable, but Sealable getting stunned out by that Chain. Great defensive Chain there from Flair. And then a couple more stuns going out from the same Chain. 2 chains now for Flair. Doing a really good job of shutting down Kang in that bubble. But Kang able to come away with that one. A deep shot attempt, but Chrome is back to get a hand on that one. And even more stuns going out as Chrome sends that one over to the side, now picked up by Voodoo. Then a steal there from Strem. Strem maybe looking at an empty goal. He takes a shot, but the hands from Chrome stop that one from going in. He's going to send that one out. That one to Grumpy as they try to move through mid now.
You saw on that shot from Strem, I believe, he kind of took a pump fake, a little bit of a hesitation, wondering whether he should shoot it and could squeeze it through the defense. No hesitation on that one, but still no results.
Yeah, still in the hands of Kango. Actually, he just turns over to Chrome there. So Flair now in possession, but only for a moment as that stack comes in from Kang. Kang putting that one around quickly, sending it right back out to their left tube. And then back in the hands of, I believe that was Grumpy in the backfield, up to Chrome. Chrome now up to Voodoo. Voodoo going to pull the defender over. And, oh, what a cut pass there from Leverage. Leverage intercepting that one. Does have the Chain coming in behind him, but he sends that one deep to the right side. It looks like maybe he was anticipating a boost from a Chain in the backfield, but I believe that Chain got stunned out, so it's back in the hands of Flair. Flair dumping it now into the Kang zone. So just a bunch of aimless dumps at the moment. Neither team really being able to cleanly move it through mid, as Kang does right there. So now it's going to be Sealable with the disc. Back passing it to Leverage. Leverage now moving up. Cross pass over there to Mad. Mad going to the floor to the upside down Strem. Strem looking for a cross pass. Nobody there to receive it. It's going to take a goofy bounce and now back into the trap. Kang's going to try to reset, but Flair now into the hands of Voodoo. Voodoo under pressure, but he gets it's stolen by Strem, and then Strem off the 5-head of Leverage. But then it's back to Leverage, back over to Sealable. Sealable moving in on the goalie one-on-one, and he does get the shot off. Goalie comes out the challenge, but can't make the stop, and now it is 8-6 Flair.
Yeah, that one just before that Kang got a chance to wrangle the disc for a while. It was again about 50-50 in possession time, but now Kang a little bit ahead in that regard, taking just since the restart 5 shots and finally making one based off that 2-on-1 drive. So 2-point game, less than a minute, could be an exciting finish here, but Flair needs to come through for that round 3. Oh, and they do with a save, though Kang trying to deny.
Yeah, sorry, I was unable to unmute myself. Game's trying to get a handle of that, but Sealable sending that one back to Mad. Mad sending that up to Strem. So Kang looking for one more offensive opportunity here with just 30 seconds to go. They're going to try to get a drive, and we got Leverage now on the near side wall. Leverage going up to the ceiling to Mad. Mad back to Leverage. Leverage going across to Strem. Strem now moving in on the bubble up to Sealable. Sealable moving in. Oh, what a grab there. I believe that was by Chrome Platypus, and then ultimately sent out by Grumpy in goal. And so another race for it, just 10 seconds to go. If Kang wants to send this one to overtime or anything. Oh, Mad with the 3. Oh, he doesn't connect on it. And it will be taken by Strem. And then that one's stolen by Game. So Flair doing a really good job of shutting down Kang. Although there was that empty goal opportunity that did get missed. But then Flair was able to get back into their bubble there to shut that one down. And so we'll be round 2 to Flair. And we will be going to round 3 here after an 8-6 win.
You gotta wonder too if on that one there was a little time. Obviously, the recollection, the defense was nearby, but goal was completely exposed. So maybe there was a missed opportunity there. Obviously, comms not even a factor probably because it was just everyone was on the other side of the floor, so probably couldn't tell. But yeah, had a little time to put a nail in the coffin, maybe take a really late game win. Couldn't quite do it. So instead, that round 3 will be coming up ahead here, and this is. As I go check it out right now, but I do believe the 3rd round 3 game that we've gotten from Kang in the last 4 matches. And yeah, it looks like that is the case. So again, Kang has been holding strong, and they've been coming up in the clutch. A lot of that, giving credit to the likes of Strem Bisky, who's come up with some clutch offense and defense the prior 2 games, both against Orbit as well as or Instinct, I believe it was, and also against Team Joker yesterday. Sealable back did have a game winner in OT. as well yesterday. And just as well, I mentioned Loveridge to you just before the stream was starting, knowing him and how successful Kang has been in this first season. He's probably a big part of that, because Loveridge always, whether on the original Kangorillaz or whether on 11.5 or then Kangorillaz Part 2, he's always been one of those players to really study teams and really figure out what works best against certain teams and how to play each game. So interesting to see how this is going to turn out. Round 3 underway.
And so that one, that joust won by Flair there. The first win, the first clean win on a joust in this series. Now in round 3, so game under pressure there from Leverage. Look for that cross pass of Voodoo, but read beautifully by Sealable. Sealable getting the hand on it, sending it back to Mad. Mad now under pressure, looking for a pass. Actually dumps it to that left tube area. It's into the hands of Chrome now. Chrome gonna look over his pass option. Goes to the ceiling there, looking for Voodoo. Doesn't connect, so it bounces around a little bit, and it's into the hands of Shrem. And just a beautiful little back pass there to Mad. Yeah, one I'm gonna be looking at maybe stealing myself. But Sealable now, off of that 5-headed Chrome, so it's going to float there. A little race for it into the hands of Game. Game sending that one in for the 3 to draw first blood in round 3.
Well, we know Kangorillaz can bleed, but usually by the time it gets to that late game situation, they patch themselves up and surprise people, surprise teams. But right now, Flair, they just need to not think about the prior results. All they need to think about is in the moment. What can they do now? What they can do now is just keep playing hard, pressuring hard. There it is again. Another shot will be got. 6 points for Flair.
Yeah, absolutely incredible there. I mean, 2 quick turnovers Flair is forcing on Kang to turn around to empty net 3s. And so Flair only a minute and a half into this round 3, finding themselves up by 6. That's a potential 3-goal lead. Potential 2 as well from the perspective of Kang. But Matt sending that one up to the ceiling there to Shrem. Shrem looking
and another just kind of bounce off the tunnel. I don't know what he was looking for. They've had a few of those, and it's starting to maybe not play as many dividends as they would like, even though this turnover does go through, and if he can make that, that'll be huge, but does not.
No, he does not, and yeah, just not really sure what that pass was intended to be, but now Voodoo going up to Game. Game right into the hands of Mad there. A great grab from Mad in the tunnel, as I believe Game was trying to get it by him for a dump. But now back in the possession of Kang. Shrem on this near side wall. Shrem sending it across to Mad. Mad gonna pull it back, reset, slow it down a little bit. Look over his offense. He's trying to pull out that Flair defense, and then not being able to do so. Sends that one over to Shrem. Shrem now cross past the Leverage. Leverage gonna move up. He does have Sealable on the ceiling there, but he opts to back past the Mad. They're not really looking. They're not seeing what they like at the moment, but that one going to the hands of Mad, a bunch of good stuns going out, and then Flair able to wrangle that one in. They send that one down, and there will be a race. I see a whole bunch of stuns going off the backfield, and now a couple chains trying to move in. But now Kang back in possession of it. Mad up to Sealable. Sealable sending it down to Shrem. Shrem trying to juke around on that block, but he gets stunned out, but does get the back pass to Sealable. Sealable now moving in, goes to the cross pass to Leverage on the shield. Leverage with the cut pass. Off the 5-head, and that one gets sent back out.
That is tough. Right now, Kang, honestly, this is exactly what they want. The passes are crisp, but maintaining control for a heavy portion of this clock. Going in again, but another stun. The defense from Flair right now, incredible.
Well, in round 1, I was talking about the bubble defense of Kang shutting down Flair, but now we're seeing the bubble defense of Flair shutting down Kang. Kang now with the relentless assault. Shrem sending that one up, and then Chrome with the hand on it. Chrome sending that one out. But still back in the hands of Kang, so they're going to get another opportunity. This got to be opportunity number 5. Leverage trying to cut in, but the pass doesn't take. Shrem still able to wrangle that one in, though, so Shrem back passing. So we're going to see another potential assault on the goal here, as that when the Leverage going to Sealable, and what a save from Grumpy, and it's again in the hands of Mad. Mad now moving in. Oh my God, and that one bouncing off the post. That one's going to get sent out, and it's a race, and it's going to be back into the hands of Kang here.
You don't say. Of course it is. Someone needs to clip the last 2 minutes, because despite the lack of clears, this defense from Flair right now is among the most impressive stands I think I've seen just in a 1 or 2 minute period. Absolute stalwarts, a shield on that goal. No one can make it through, despite the otherwise great passing from Kang.
That had to have been a 2-minute onslaught, offensive onslaught from Kang that Flair completely shut down there. That was
a defensive onslaught is what it was from Flair.
Defensive onslaught, yes.
Incredible. I can't. I'm happy. I'm happy with these highlights in this third round.
Yeah, that's Flair's definitely got to be looking over that one. And the long shot there from Game, and he hits that one in from 47 meters out. And now Flair finding themselves up 9-0 halfway through this round 3. Absolutely incredible performance from Flair here.
Oh, no. Game was 6 points in this round. 9-point lead for Flair. It's halfway through, and based on the pacing, that was the antithesis of what Kangorillaz wanted. The thing is, on the front line, they were getting everything they wanted in theory up until the goal. So they were playing their game. Kang was playing their game just about as perfectly as they could. Every rebound, every pass, it was very, very good, and yet denied by Flair over and over again, resulting in threes after maybe another 3. Just Flair is on another level, and Kang is starting to feel the heat.
They absolutely are. You know, Kang's got the fire under the rears right now as Leverage sending that one up to Strem. Strem now moving in. Does have someone attacking the goalie. They're trying to, and he does get the shot on as the distraction is good enough. Strem getting the 3 from 8 meters out with a goal with a defender right in front of their offenseman teammate right in front of the goalie's face.
Not tell you how vital that was for Kangorillaz. I mean, I'm sure you know it, the audience knows it, but desperately needed to stop the bleeding. I said at the beginning of the round there, Kang can bleed from time to time, but usually they cut it off by the end. I mean, they were bleeding for about 6 minutes there. The question is, though, will they be able to recover this time?
That pass over to Grumpy. Oh, what a grab there from Mad! And what a great opportunity there from Grumpy on the goal. But now it's going to be Voodoo moving in. Voodoo cross pass to Chrome, and Chrome finally able to finish that one off. And now it is 11-3 for Flair as Flair is up, finds himself up by 9 still with 3.5 to go.
Kang just channeling, or both of these teams rather, channeling that defensive zen, but unlike the other side of the floor, where Kangorillaz got a bunch of opportunities but were cut off by the defense, that one, Flair just needed that second chance, and they were good to go on the goal.
And so now another turnover was in the hands of Game, and Game back in the hands of Game. So Flair forcing another turnover in the Kang zone from Kang's offensive joust. But that one now finding the hands of the defenseman. It's going to ding around a little bit, so maybe both teams feeling a little bit pressured at the moment, although Flair with a very comfortable lead. Well, comfortable generally speaking, of course, against a team like Kang. Strem trying to send that one up to the empty goal, doesn't connect on it, and it will be Grumpy in the backfield to collect it. Grumpy now sending it up, but right into the hands of Sealable. Sealable sending it up to the man on the left shoulder there. That was Strem, but right in the hands of Crum. Crum trying to send that one out, and it will be back in the hands of Kang again, so we might see another one of these onslaughts from both these teams. Oh, what a speed there from Strem to Leverage as Leverage cuts in right in front of the goal. Leverage tapping that one in for 2.
Now that time, I don't know who shot that first attempt, but you could see maybe now Kang definitely starting to feel that pressure because they went in on what should have been like a 2-on-2 situation, just drove it on 2 goalies and opted for the shot instead of the cross pass. And I can kind of understand because right now the Flair defense has been having Kang in all kinds of disarray, but yeah, the Kang, they're getting away from what does typically bring them success. Luckily, they recovered, and then they found the cross pass and got the goal.
So now Kang forcing a turnover from a bad pass from the goalie, and oh my goodness, Leverage coming in on a stunned out goalie, putting that one in for another 2, and so Kang finding themselves back within 4 here in this round 3 with just under 2 to go. Plenty of time.
Absolutely. So this is what I said. I mean, we still got, this is still anyone's game now. 2-goal game, minute 45. Obviously for Flair, you just want to take care of this disc as best you can. Do not concede open threes. You know how it goes there. That one can be toughly contested, but yeah.
Yeah, almost an interception or a steal there. And turn it over. Leverage. Now, excuse me, Sealable throwing it up at the empty net. And he does make it. And it's a 1-goal game with just a minute. It's just going to be about minute 5, minute 10 to go once they come out of the tubes.
Well, apparently Flairs can bleed too. Don't ask how, but they are, because right now that is 3 in a row for the Kangorillaz, making it a 1-point game, 1 minute left. Now it is crunch time. This is a part where as a player, as a spectator, you know in your gut, you are feeling those shakes, those butterflies. You know this is when you need to execute the most.
So now another turnover as Flair comes out, sending that one into the Kang zone. Kang does get the turnover on it. Strem sending that one in, and now it's in the hands of Sealable. Sealable looking for Leverage, does connect on the pass. Leverage going back to Sealable. Sealable and Leverage moving in. Leverage does take that pass and puts it in for 2. And so now it is Kang up by 1. When they come out, it's just going to be about 30 seconds. So Flair's going to have to make something happen here on this drive.
Zeddy dude in the chat asking how do they come back? with just Kang things. Turnovers, good cross passing right in front of the goal translates into a 1-point lead. That's 4 scores in a row for Kangorillaz in this late game comeback.
20 seconds to go. It is in the hands of Game. Game on the ceiling, sending that one in to Voodoo. Voodoo back passing there to Crumb. Crumb moving in, going to the cross pass. The Game does connect on it. Game now making some room, having his entire team. And
no!
With the pass over to Mad. Mad putting that one in for 2. Taking Flare up by 1, and that's going to be the game. That is round 3. In the last 5 seconds, the last 10 seconds, Flare able to pull this one out over Kang with the second, their second major upset of the week here. That is absolutely amazing. Like I said, that was a pass to Mad. Mad moving in on that goalie, pushing it in. And it does look like a goalie did get a hand on it, so you know he's not happy about that at the moment. But this is a Flare victory here against Kang. Wow.
I'm speechless. I was excited, but then I'm speechless. I can't believe what I just saw there in the last 2 minutes of that game. That comeback, and then the just dagger at the very end. And yeah, tough, because it did look like Matt had a hand on it. I mean, he was credited for the goal for that matter. Still snuck it through somehow. And right now, Flare coming up ahead one way or the other. They got the win, and Kangorillaz, despite what was an amazing comeback, just Flare clutching it in the end. And yeah, gotta, like I said, feel bad for Mad, I suppose, maybe even a little sad, but just you know, both teams, they played their absolute hardest and left their hearts on the floor, and I think it showed in that game in that 3rd round.
Yeah, it absolutely did. I mean, Flare did absolutely amazing in that 3rd round. Particularly their bubble defense was so on point, especially in the first half of that round 3, where it was Kang had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity to make that happen, and I think it was like 6 opportunities in a row before they were finally able to put that one in. So just to speak to how well the Flare defense played in that game, in that round 3 in particular, just cannot overstate it, as well as the offensive. Yeah, how well they did on offense. I mean, you know, it's so hard to go up 13 points. I mean, just to score 13 points on a team like Kang, and Flare did it. And I mean, just absolutely an amazing win there for Flare. You know, they're feeling amazing at the moment as they're proving their place in the league right now.
Yeah, that was, again, I understand. Probably going to be a controversial victory just based on the end for some. It'll be I mean, there's already discussions, and it's unavoidable, I know, but does not take away, at the very least, does not take away from, yeah, you mentioned that defensive stand, going up on the offense with all those scores for Flare, and then just holding off Kang for so long. Full credit to Kang for what was almost an amazing comeback they led late game there. So despite, you know, any chatter, you still cannot deny that was some immensely high-level play there that it's just a pleasure to watch, because it's rare, you know, I shouldn't say rare, but it's just, you know, it's a different kind of beast when you go into these gold or master level games and you see that kind of execution on not just offense, but defense importantly. It's so cohesive and made it so entertaining to watch. So, yeah.
Yeah, and just, excuse me, just also worthy of note, that was the end of Kang's win streak. They are going to be going now 7-1. And they might, that loss there to Flare might pop them back down to the number 2 position. So Joker maybe overtaking that position again, taking it back from Kang here, in a roundabout way. But with that said, we don't want to stay too long, as we do have another game to go into. I am already in that game. I will have that up for, it is up for my caster buddies here for whenever they're ready to swap over. But we will go ahead and take an intermission for a moment while we get set up for that. Sorry, go ahead.
Real quick, too. So, yeah, SirDimwi and so much for Subtlety will be going to Ignite and Milk, it looks like. Meanwhile, I shall be on Echo Arena, VRML Channel 2, rather, doing Galaxy and Nebula. Might not be my loudest cast. Again, I'm kind of on voice-saving mode. But, yes, so there are 2 games. I'll be splitting off here. But you can stay on this channel for Ignite and Milk next.
So, yeah, so stick around, stay tuned, and we will be right back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting matchup of Echo Arena presented by VRML. As I cannot speak coming into this one here, the excitement from that last one still weighing on me. But we do have another one here between Ignite and Milk, as they are already reading up. I am again SirDimwi. Was Palidore went off over to VRML2 to handle that other game going on at the same time. And so much for subtlety still here on cameras. But we do have a game here. They're already counting down here. So this is number 12 Ignite, currently 3-4 on the season with an MMR of 12-10 with a 2-0 win versus Guinness on Thursday versus number 8 Milk, currently 5-1 on the season with MMR of 12-10 as well with a 2-1 victory versus Nova a week ago Wednesday. As we get started here, and it is currently I look at the broadcast. We are still on the pre-page, but the game is currently going on. So I'll do a little bit of radio. Joe Graham currently with the disc for Milk, sending that one up to center, but not collected. So that one's it's all good. Sent back into the Milk zone, but handled there up to CJ. So CJ's now going to move that one in. At center up to B-Love. B-Love, a new addition to the Milk roster just the other day. So definitely excited to see him on a team that's doing this well at the moment. And then shot attempt there from CJ, but isn't on the goal. And NTS France gets a hand on that one and sends it back down into the Milk zone. And it will be VTSing there first, dodging the goalie, dodging the defender, and he brings it in for that 2. Drop first blood here in round 1.
12, 11, 10.
So now it will be Milk here with the Joust advantage. That is the team, the current roster: CJ, Jail, Graham, Callan, and B-Love. As I said, the recent addition. Of course, we all love B-Love. So now it's Callan with the disc, going to that left tube, looking for a receiver. Doesn't connect on it, and it's back in the hands. Far sending that one back down, and it's going to be picked up now by Callan. So Milk again in possession. Callan stunned out, but not before he gets that toss off. That left tube to J.L. Graham, and then J.L. Graham losing control of the disc here. Does regain control of it, back passes it there to Callan. And Callan going to that right tube to C-Jason. C-Jason going across to J.L. Graham. J.L. Graham now under pressure from the stack, goes for that back pass to Callan. Callan going back up to J.L. Graham. And they do finally get through mid, but then immediately stolen there by Far from that back chain. Far sending that one up to Duel. And then that one gets stolen by Callan. Callan out. Ignite does have a player back. BTS being able to steal that one and send that one out through tube all the way down to the Milk end. And I do believe I might have called Ignite Flare a few times here. That's just something that's going to happen after I just did the Flare game. And of course, similarly named teams with that feed up to I believe that was Far on the right shoulder there. CJ's clearly getting getting a hand on it, but it goes in anyways. And now Ignite up by 4.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So there's going to be Milk again with the Joust advantage, taken there by Callan. Short pass over to CJ. CJ now moving up, gets the far side pass there to JL Graham. JL Graham going again to the far side of B-Love. B-Love trying to find JL Graham, but doesn't connect on it, and so now it's going to bounce around a little bit. And it is that chain of Far and Duel. We're going to get a hand on that Far and Duel. Inseparable in this game so far. Doing a really good job of chaining around. And that one does go into the hands of Anthony's Franz, who's able to put that one in for 2 from the dump in from Duel. And so now Ignite, I almost said Flare again, Ignite. Especially with Far being on the team. You got Far for Ignite after I cast it for Flare. I'm gonna be doing it this whole game. So now it is again Milk with the Joust advantage. Callan got the quick pass to the left side to JL Graham. JL Graham going to the far side there to B-Love. C-Jason. I saw the dash and I thought it was B-Love. C-Jason. C-Jason up to Callan. Callan going to send that one in to JL Graham. JL Graham going to move in. Does have space. Gets the looking for that far cross side pass there to B-Love. Doesn't connect, and it's into the hands of Far. Far sending it back to VTS. VTS going to send that one out. Right in the hands of Callan. Callan was looking for that 3-pointer. It might have been going in, but JL Graham getting a hand on it and trying to turn that one around, and it's back in the hands of Ignite, who sent it all the way out.
Possession moves to the blue team. Blue throws it way downfield. Interception.
And so it is Far now with the disc. Far getting sent up by JL Graham. JL Graham sending one out. And Single Shot mentioning the overlay. And yeah, that's I don't know anything about that. I don't know if So Much for Subtlety actually has any control over what it's displaying. I think that's all automated if I'm understanding how things work. Obviously, I don't actually understand how things work. I'm super ignorant, and I'm willing to admit it because I'm just that awesome. But now Ignite is going to control this disc into the blue zone, the blue bubble here. Duel going cross pass, looking for NTS France, but doesn't connect on it. And so it's going to be loose for a moment. Back in the hands of Ignite. Now Far looking for VTS King. Doesn't connect on that pass, but VTS King able to wrangle that one in. Eventually up to Duel. Duel going cross to France. France coming in. Oh, what a shot off the backboard. Doesn't have too much velocity as it comes in at 8 meters a second. But the way it took that bounce, the steep angle, and then it dings in from that far side post. It was a great shot there from France. And now Ignite finding themselves up 8-0 against Milk. Milk here with the joust advantage. They have just about 4.5 minutes to go here, so still plenty of time to make something happen. But a quick turnover, and Far taking the shot on the empty net, doesn't connect. Now up to the hands of VTS. VTS dinging it off the top of the goal, right in the hands of Duel, who brings that one in for the 2 against the goalie. 1-on-1. It might have even been a 1-on-2 there. Now Flair up 10-0 with 4 minutes to go.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Teams entering the arena.
So now Callan again, passing that one off to the right tube to B-Love. B-Love now looking for jail. Graham doesn't connect on that. And so we'll bounce around for a moment, but into the hands of VTS King. Excuse me.
Back downfield.
And now a chain from Ignite coming down to collect on that one. And Far does get there quick enough. Goalie gets there just in the nick of time, but not able to make the play on it. And so we'll be 12-0 now for Flair in this round 1 with 3.5 to go.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Milk again here with the joust advantage coming out. Callan now with the disc going to that left tube. Looking for J.L. Graham. Does connect. J.L. Graham, and he's getting stunned out there. And Duel with the disc now. Duel going to walk it in. Does have a little bit of room. He's going to allow his team enough time to set up. He does go for that pass behind the goal there to NTS France, who brings that one in for an easy 2. And now Ignite up by 14.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So Milk again with the joust advantage coming out. Callan going for that short pass over to C. Jason. C. Jason moving in here. Does have that chain moving around, trying to pressure him. Goes for that cross pass to J.L. Graham. Doesn't hit the mark. So a little bit of a race for it. C. Jason trying to tap that one over to J.L. Graham in the pocket there. J.L. Graham now sending that one, looking for the pass up to B-Love. B-Love finally able to wrangle that one in. Gets a cross pass to C. Jason. C. Jason now moving into the zone. A calm, soft pass back to Callan. And then Callan able to maybe take out that Ignite chain, and then that cross pass in the bubble doesn't connect. Unfortunately, that was a great opportunity there for Milk to get some points on the board. And now it's back in the hands of Ignite. So Ignite going to send that one down into the Milk zone. And then bounces quickly into the hands of B-Love. B-Love, look at that pass back to Callan. Callan going to send that one out deep into the hands of CJ. CJ going to move in here. Just sending it down deep. And, yeah, going to be a chain for it. And they do get there first, as B-Love going to be the first player on Milk to get some points on the board there from the feed. From, I believe that was C. Jason down at mid, just clearing it out. B-Love getting there first with that chain. But now with only about a minute and a half to go, Ignite up 14-2. This looks like round 1 is going to be in the hands of Ignite. I do believe we're out of what they call mathematical time, as I did see a bounce off of a tube exit there. But yeah, so pass out to NTS France. NTS France going to send that one all the way up to Far, and then Far off the 5 head of C. Jason. And C. Jason able to handle this one. Now going to send that to, that is J.L. Graham. J.L. Graham getting stunned out, so it's back in the hands of Ignite here. Ignite doing a really good job of controlling this disc, controlling a lot of this game. As Duel now going to that, the floor, looking for VTS maybe, but now in the hands of Far. Far going over to NTS France. NTS France going to back it out, slow it down. And good cross pass there to VTS. VTS finding Far on that wall. And Far looking for Duel coming in on the goal, but doesn't connect on the pass. Seven going up to NTS France. NTS France across VTS King. VTS King going back to Duel. Duel back to France. And oh, what a grab there from Callan, who makes the read on that and sends that one out. And now JL Graham going to dump it even further as we are in the final 30 seconds of round one. So race for it, and C. Jason does get a good slap on it to put the cap on this game. It's going to be 14-4 for Ignite. I believe they only have about 2.5, 3 seconds when they come out. So this will be 14-4 to Ignite, pending any crazy shenanigans in the next 3 seconds. But yeah, good showing here from Ignite. A lot of control in this game against Milk. Milk finally able to put some points on the board at the end there. And worthy of note is the possession time here in this game, currently in favor of Milk, 340 to 250. So kind of shows you how well that defensive side of Ignite is doing and how quickly offensively they've been able to score. As Milk definitely able to handle the disc quite a bit, but just not able to make anything happen in that first round there, except aside from those 2 goals from B-Love and C. Jason. But then just over at stats right quick, yeah, Antius France with the game high of 6, and then 2 apiece of Duel King and Far. So every member of Ignite scoring in that game, and then 3 assists to Duel, 2 saves to NTS France, and then 2 saves to Cal, and 1 save to CJ. And then for the next moment, I'm going to go ahead and rest my voice. So yeah, just a little bit of dead air there, but we do have a good highlight reel here from this game. Yeah, a lot of good scores there from Ignite in that round one. But Milk did come back eventually and score a couple goals, so maybe Milk can build off of that momentum here in this round 2 and put up a better, more of a fight here against Ignite.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So here we are starting round 2. It is won there by Ignite. Duel sending that one to the near side corner, but it's picked up now by JL Graham. JL Graham sending that one to nobody in particular, maybe originally intended for B-Love. And then Ignite is able to get there first. So now Far moving in relatively uncontested, going to take his time, give his team enough time to move into position. Looks for that back pass. Fortunately, nobody there, so it ends up being a self-clear all the way back into the Ignite zone. NTS France, VTS King just going to slap that one in. Actually, that was NTS France, and now it's going to be Far looking for VTS King on that far side. He does connect, but King stunned out there by JL Graham, and JL Graham sending that one all the way back and down in the Ignite zone. Little bit of a race for it. No stacks in sight. There we go. There's one there as B-Love now handling that disc, going for that pass over to C. Jason, but C. Jason very quickly stunned out as I believe it was VTS King got a good read on that pass and interrupted it. And now the chain from Ignite coming down, looking to make a play on that disc. And so currently 2-on-2 as both teams finally get back into the play here. Now pass down to VTS King, and with the goalie being stunned out, the other playing goal not able to make a save on it. VTS King drawing first blood here in round 1, a minute 10 in. Or excuse me, round 2, minute 10 in.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now Milk finding themselves again on the joust advantage here. Callan with the disc on that left side to JL Graham. JL Graham now with the disc, sending it across. Errant pass to nobody, so it's going to be in the hands of Far. Far's just going to dump this one in and hope for the chain. Duel able to get there first. Duel now back passing. I believe it's going to be to Far. Far going to move this one in. Does have his whole team set up. And VTS King above the goal there, but does get stunned out. But then into the hands of Duel. Duel able to bring that one in for another 2. And now Ignite up by 4.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now Milk again with the joust advantage, going to be taken by Callan. Callan going to send that one over to C. Jason. C. Jason going across to JL Graham. JL Graham moving in here, going to go far side there to C. Jason. C. Jason under pressure, going to go back to JL Graham. Great passing here from these 2 guys. See back to C. Jason. C. Jason getting that one in for 2. It looked like he might have been able to, might have been a 3, but just over the line there. 8 meters out for 2, 18 meters a second. Great shot there from CJson to keep his team in it now. 4-2 in favor of Ignite, only up by 2, 7 minutes to go. Now VTS King going to send that one down in deep. Far trying to handle it, but can't quite get to it, and it's slapped back by JL Graham. But the slap bounces around a little bit, so it's back in the hands of Ignite. So that's going to be VTS King. VTS King moving that one in. Pass up to Duel. Duel looking for, I believe that he might have been looking for Far there. But again, accidentally sends that one out to center. And so it will be taken now by JL Graham. And oh, what a grab there by Far to get back so quick to make the stop on that. And it's sent back into the milk zone. The milk zone. Oh no, that's going to become a thing. Now B-Love looking for a pass option there. Ends up just bouncing around at mid and coming all the way back to him. But now into the hands of VTS. VTS can send that one up to Franz, cutting in, and Franz able to set that one in for another 2 there. Ignite finding themselves up by 4, almost halfway through this game.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now Milk again with the joust advantage here. Callan put on that left tube to JL Graham. JL Graham sending that one across to B-Love. B-Love going up to CJ. CJ looking for JL Graham, and what a cut pass there. Goalie not able to make a stop on it. Beautiful, beautiful pass sequence there from Milk, as it looks like they're beginning to find their stride here on round 2, only down by 2.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So now it'll be Ignite with the joust advantage taken by VTS King. VTS King looking for that right tube. Finds Duel. Duel sending it down to Far. Far now moving in one-on-one with the goalie. And oh, what a great grab there by Callan from quite a far shot from Far. As that one now Ignite again with the disc, but then an errant pass there on a stun out. And it's going to be a bit of a brawl for this disc, as it's currently in the hands of B-Love. B-Love trying to make some space here with the cross pass there to JL. JL looking for the trap area. Nobody was there at the moment, but then CJson able to get that one in, sends it deep in. Maybe looking for a potential shot opportunity there, but doesn't quite connect on it, so it's not back in the hands of Ignite. And that one taken by VTS King. Going to send that one out. Looking for his 2, but into the trap, and then NTS Franz there to collect it. Send it down into the milk trap. And then that one sent back into the Ignite zone. So a little bit more of that back and forth here between these two teams. CJson trying to make a play on that. Does get the grab on it. One-on-one with the goalie, and off the mark. Doesn't connect with the goal. Goalie comes out now. Duel slapping that one out, and it does go all the way back out into the milk zone. Oh, from the floor underneath the Ignite goal. That one dings off the bottom of the milk goal. That would have been an amazing goal there to witness from Goalies. That one gets misplayed by Callan. Unfortunately, he gets looks like he may have dropped the disc or accidentally bounced it off the floor. VTS King taking no time to put that one in for another 2. And now Ignite up by 4 here with just under 4 to go.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So now Milk again with the joust advantage. Callan looking over his options. Does go to that left side of JL Graham. Going back to Callan. Callan does collect on that one. And then Callan up to B-Love. B-Love going, looking for that cross to CJ, but doesn't connect on it. But JL Graham does get there to get the hand on it. JL Graham going to come up off the backboard, but doesn't connect on the goal. So now back in the hands of B-Love. B-Love sending that one up to CJ. CJ juking around that post. But Far does get the stun out on him. But now Callan trying to make a play on it. But then NTS does get the hand on it, and he sends it all the way back down into the milk zone here.
Great pickup by Blue. Blue throws it way downfield.
Now JL Graham with the disc. For a moment was looking at an empty net, but the goalie does get back. But he passes up to B-Love. B-Love trying to hit that from that steep angle. Doesn't connect. Back in the hands of JL Graham. JL Graham sending it in. Dinging it off the far side of the goal there. Beautiful shot there from JL Graham. And now Milk is within 2 with just about 2.5 to go once they come out the tubes.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So now it will be Ignite with Joust advantage. With 2.5 to go. They're up by 2. The left 2 pass there to Duel. Duel sending it all the way to far, but that was Callan reading that pass and getting the interception there, sending it all the way back down again. And now will be a bit of a brawl for this one. Slapped out by VTS King. Now into the hands of NTS France, but stolen there by CJason. CJason, off of maybe off the head of somebody, or maybe that was a back pass opportunity. Callan sending that one in, and then nobody there to collect it. So goalie comes out. I believe that may have been actually been Far sends that one out. Back in the hands of Callan, and then that one right in the hands of Far. Far sending that one out into the milk zone. And NTS France there first. Look at that empty net. Does take the shot, and it does go in for 3. And now it is 11-6 Ignite. Under 2 minutes to go as we come out. It'll probably be about a minute and a half. It'll be about, right about minute 34. So that's a 5-point deficit that Milk is going to have to make up here with just over a minute to go. So Milk here with a Joust advantage. Callan going to that right tube to B-Love. Doesn't connect on it. But B-Love, CJason. I keep doing that. CJason now up to JL Graham. JL Graham going to send that one off back to CJason. CJason just going to dump that one blindly right into the hands of Ignite. And then that one goes right in the hands of Callan. Callan up to CJason. And again, this one ends up loose in the Ignite zone. And Ignite very quick to pick up those loose discs. Far sending that one in deep to the blue bubble. Will be a bit of a race for it into the hands of Far now. Far getting stunned out. Great stuns there from JL Graham. Then another stun on Duel. But now into the hands of VTS King, under a minute to go. VTS King up to Far. Far coming in on the goal. Does get another goal there, and that might just be the ice here. Is now Ignite finding themselves up by 7. With just it's just going to be 30 seconds coming out, and that's a 7-point lead. That is a minimum of 3 goals. So that's that would require 45 seconds of stop play. So of course that does mean we are out of mathematical time here. With 25 seconds to go. But Milk not going to go out on that note. Trying to get one more goal here. But a great slap out there from Far. But back in the hands of JL Graham. JL Graham moving in 1-on-3. Tries to go off the backboard, but it bounces right back out. But now in the hands of B-Love. B-Love going to move in here. Does have a few teammates cutting in. Does find CJ behind the goal. CJ going up to JL Graham. But what a stop there from Duel in the bubble. And one more opportunity. Another stun there from Far to make a stop on that. This will be round 2 and the game to Ignite. So Ignite taking this one in 2 over Milk. Round 2 going 13-6 in favor of Ignite. Milk showing a lot of great looks there, a lot of good passing sequences, a lot of great defensive positioning, forcing a lot of turnovers, forcing Ignite to play a clear and boost game. I don't know that they were wanting to play. So yeah, great showing here from Milk, but even better showing from Ignite, who does take the victory here in this game. So Ignite now going to find themselves up back at 500 on the record. This will take them to 4-4. Then Milk going to be dropping to 5-2. Still not a bad record there for Milk. But yeah, so great game here between these two teams. And yeah, not a whole lot left to say about that one, as I believe there's still a game going on over at VRML 2. So we are going ahead, and we're not going to hold you guys here too long. We're going to go check out that one. We will be back though in 36 minutes for it's probably going to be that Instinct Illuminati game. Probably again here with me and So Much for Subtlety. We'll see if we get another caster on that one. But with 3 games happening at that 8 o'clock time, we'll see things might change before then. So for VRML, for this hour, we thank you very much for joining us. We will be back in about 30 minutes, and we hope to see you then. So have a good day.